Welcome back to the War of the Worlds Listening Guide radio broadcast. At this point, you should be on listening point 3. Please find the section on your listening guide that says listening point 3. It says read the listening guide questions for this part. Press pause now. When you're done reading, press play. After you listen to the section, answer the questions. Be sure to pause the video.
We take you now to Groversville, New Jersey. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Carl Phillips again, out of the Wilmot Farm, Groversville, New Jersey. Mr. Chester and myself made the 11 miles from Pension and Texas. Well, I hardly know where to begin. Maybe your word picture of strange things before my eyes, but nothing out of modern Arabian Nights. Well, I just got here. I haven't had a chance to look around yet. I guess that's it. Yes, I guess that's the thing directly in front of me. Half buried in a vast pit. Something terrific force. The ground is covered with splinters and tree. It must struck on its way down. But I can see the object itself doesn't look very much like a meteor. At least not the meteors I've seen. It looks more like a huge cylinder. That's the diameter of, what would you say, Professor Disney?
What's that?
What would you say, what's the diameter of the...
About 30 yards.
About 30 yards. The metal on the sheet is, well, I've never seen anything like it. The color is sort of yellowish white. The curious spectators now are pressing close to the object in spite of the efforts of the police to keep the fact. Getting in front of my line of vision. Would you mind standing one side, please? While we're pushing the crowd back. Here's Mr. Wilmot, owner of the farm here. He may have some interesting facts to add. Mr. Wilmot, would you please tell the radio audience as much as you remember of this rather unusual visitor that stopped in your backyard? Step closer, please. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Mr. Wilmot.
I'm listening to the radio.
Closer, louder, please.
Pardon?
Louder, please. Closer.
Yes. I was listening to the radio and kind of drowsy. The professor fellow was talking about Mars, so I was half certain.
Yes, Mr. Wilmot, and then what happened?
Well, as I was saying, I was listening to the radio, kind of halfway.
Yes, Mr. Wilmot, and then you saw something.
Not first off. I heard something.
And what did you hear?
Hissing sound like this. Kind of like a 4th of July rocket.
Yes, then what?
I turned my head out the window and would have sworn I was dreaming.
Yes?
Seen a kind of greenish streak and then zingo. Something smacked the ground. Knocked me clear out of my chair.
Well, were you frightened, Mr. Wilmot?
Well, I ain't not sure. I reckon I was kind of riled.
Well, thank you, Mr. Wilmot. Thank you very much.
Want me to
No,
tell
that's quite all right. That's plenty. Ladies and gentlemen, you've just heard Mr. Wilmot, owner of the farm where this thing has fallen. I wish I could convey the atmosphere that...
This ends listening part 3. Answer your listening guide questions for this section. When you're ready, press the play button to continue to the next section. Listening part 4. Read the listening guide questions for this listening part. Press pause now. When you're done reading, press play. After you listen to the section, answer the questions. Be sure to pause the video. This is listening part 4.
Round of this fantastic scene. Hundreds of cars are parked in a field in back of the police are trying to rope off the roadway leading into the farm, but it's no use. They're breaking right through. Cars' headlights throw an enormous spotlight on the pit where the object has buried. Now, some of the more daring souls now are venturing near the edge. They're cigarette stand out against the metal shield. One man wants to touch the thing. He's having an argument with the policeman. Now the policeman wins. Now, ladies and gentlemen, there's something I haven't mentioned in all this excitement, but it's becoming more distinct. Perhaps you've caught it already on your radio. Listen, please. Do you hear it? A curious humming sound that seems to come from inside the object. I'll move the microphone nearer. Here. Now, we're not more than 25 feet away. Can you hear it now? Professor Pearson.
Yes,
Can you tell us the meaning of that scraping noise inside the thing?
possibly the unequal cooling of its surface.
I see. Do you still think it's a meteor, Professor?
What's the thing? Metal casing is definitely extraterrestrial. Not found on this Earth. Friction with the Earth's atmosphere usually tears holes in a meteorite. This thing is smooth. See a splinter.
Something's happening. Ladies and gentlemen, this is terrific. This end of the thing is beginning to break off. The top is beginning to rotate like a screw, and the thing must be hollow. Move it! Keep back! Keep those men back! Take off! Look out there! Ladies and gentlemen, this is the most terrifying thing I've ever witnessed. Wait a minute. Someone calling someone or something. I see coming out of that black hole through luminous discs. The eyes might be a face, might be all the heavens. Something wriggling out of the shadow like a gray snake. Now it's another one, and another one, and another one. They look like tentacles to me. I can see the thing's body now. It's large as a bear. Crystals like wet leather. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, it's indescribable. I can hardly force myself to keep looking at it. It's so awful. The eyes are black and they seem like a serpent. The mouth is kind of V-shaped with saliva dripping from its lipless lips. It seems to quiver, pulsate. Monster or whatever it is can hardly move. It seems weighed down by possibly gravity or something. The thing's rising up now, and the cloud falls back. It seems plenty. I can't find words. Well, I'll pull this microphone with me as I talk. I'll have to stop the description until I can take a new position. Hold on, will you please? I'll be right back in a minute.
This ends listening part for this section. Go back and answer your questions at this point. Listening part 5. Read the listening guide questions for this section. Press pause now. When you're done reading, press play. After you listen to the section, answer the questions. Be sure to pause the video. This is listening part 5.
We now return you to Carl Phillips at Grover's Mill.
Ladies and gentlemen, here I am, back in the stone wall that joins Mr. Wilmer's garden. From here, I get a sweep of the whole scene. I'll give you every detail as long as I can talk, as long as I can see. More state police have arrived and drawing up a cordon in front of the pit. About 30 of them. No need to push the cars back now. They're willing to keep their distance. The captain is conferring with someone, head quite stable. Yes, I believe it's Professor Pearson. Yes, it is. Now they've parted. The professor moves around one side, studying the object while the captain and 2 policemen advance with something in their hands. I can see it now. It's a white handkerchief tied to a pole. Flag of truce. Those creatures know what that means, what anything means. Wait a minute, something's happening. Some shape is rising out of the pit. And they make out a small beam of light against a mirror. What's that? There's a jet of flame springing from that mirror, and a big spike of the advancing men. It strikes them head on. Lord, they're turning into flames. I see it by the woods of the cars. The gas tanks, the automobiles spreading everywhere. Coming this way now, about 20 yards to my right.
Ladies and gentlemen, due to circumstances beyond our control, we are unable to continue the broadcast from Grover's Mill. Evidently, there is some difficulty with our field transmission. However, we will return to that point at the earliest opportunity. In the meantime, we have a late bulletin from San Diego, California. Professor Indelkofer, speaking at a dinner of the California Astronomical Society, expressed the opinion that the explosions on Mars are undoubtedly nothing more than severe volcanic disturbances on the surface of the planet. We continue now with our piano interlude.
This ends listening part 5. Go answer the questions for this section.